Hello, I'm just sitting in my kitchen. I'm about to go outside and harvest some kale. I think I saw a leek out there that I missed. Oh, and there's some little ones. Yeah, I'll just pull in what's there. We're due for some snow very soon. It has tried to snow a few times, but nothing that's stuck on the ground. Now, we did get the tail end of Nicole there, so 60 millimeters of rain the day before. Last night, windy. It was a windy day and dreary day, you know, to be expected this time of year. I think we got up to 81 kilometers of wind though, so we've been indoors, let's say. But today's a little clearer. It's cold, but I'm going to go out and get some things in before the nasty snow comes. And yeah, this time of year I'm starting to take care of my indoor plants a bit more now that I'm in. I'll show you those. Don't have a whole lot. 2 years ago, I got aphids inside my house. Now, my plants had never been outdoors. And it was a nightmare. I tried to save them. And these were old pepper plants. One of them was 4 years old. I ended up just tossing them all outside into the snow. And I will do that again this year if it occurs. Because then the next year, started everything from scratch. Had some peppers and started to get aphids again, and I just didn't even hesitate to throw them outdoors. So I took some time off of any plants inside, aside from my seedlings, which I grow, of course. But this year I've brought in some plants, it was kindly recommended to me, and I brought in some pepper plants that were tiny but flowering, not doing well. However, it was a great suggestion to bring them inside, so I did. And so far, all good, no aphids, no sign of anything. I'm always afraid of bringing something inside because I'm bringing in the bugs. However, apparently I get aphids from only indoors. Yeah, so I'm just starting to, as I say, look at what I'm looking at then is, I've just planted some lettuce seed the other day. Not that you're going to see anything there because they haven't come up yet. My basil's just starting to take off. And peppers. Oh, and I've started some tomato plants. So I'll show those after I get inside. I'm not sure, the wind's still a little high, so I'm not sure about my recording outside. But nonetheless, I'll show you what I harvest. I'm going to show you inside plants first. There's not many anyways. Bruce is starting to build as always. I'll show you what he's been up to too. But I'll flip you around and we'll go into the living room first. Okay, so this is my pepper plants, mostly pepper plants. There is also a tomato plant there. Let me get down on my knees, hang on. Maybe my old knees. Okay, so this is obviously a cayenne and it's been producing really well for me. And still producing, so still getting flowers, doing really well. Drying those and then grinding them in my spice grinder for cayenne pepper. This tomato plant I've cut down now. It's blooming again and bringing me more tomatoes. It was fabulous this year, just doing so well. Now this whole pot, you may have seen before, there's some dropping on the floor, that's not dirt. Some aren't making it and falling down. But this whole pot was outside on my veranda. And when the weather turned, I brought it inside and have just left it. Because as I say, peppers grow well here. Now, they are flourishing inside, doing really, really well. Look at this fellow. Oh my goodness. Now, many people bring them in, cut them back, or just continuously cut back peppers. I'm not doing that. I've done both, but I'm not doing that with these. They are really enjoying it here. Ooh, let me get up. They're in bloom again. Now I only picked 6. This used to be a smaller plant, much smaller of course, and I've picked 6 peppers, but they're fruiting again. So excited about that. I have also a habanero. And it looks crazy and probably should be cut back, but I'm not going to. You can do both. So he's, I only got about 3 off of that, but it was a very tiny plant that I brought in. And it's starting to fruit now, again. And I don't know the name of this big boy here, but it's a very, very firm skin, but it's a great pepper. And they grow really nice and big. So I like those. So that's that one plant. And we'll go on upstairs, because up in my bedroom is where I have my other pepper plants because of the windows. Let me just show you. So we get, even though it's, you know, less daylight, etc., they do quite well. They still fruit, and they still, they don't go dormant at all on me. Well, I water them and keep them going. But the constant air, I should mention too also, you'll notice I have this by a vent. That's return air. And when it turns on, I'll see if I can get a clip of that, for the heat, it blows up here. And I think it just helps the sturdiness of the plant, of course, making it think it's still outside. So let's go up to my bedroom. Here's what I meant about the blowing from the return air. And I will rotate. I just turn the pot around now and then. Okay, again, as you can see, a lot of light comes in. The bedroom gets the most light. It gets so hot up in here, I have to run out of it. So here's another hot wax. Did I say that downstairs? Anyways, that's 2 more hot wax. I did pick 2 off of those since they've come in. They hadn't bloomed outside, but they're loving it here also. I've started some beefsteak, 2 plants, and 2 Scotia tomato plants. So those I'll keep potting up and eventually get a cage in here. And they are bush, so they should do fine. By the way, this is that lemon tree. I think it's 4 years old now. Never a lemon, but whatever. This is rosemary that I had a plant that was dying inside. It was old, and I just threw it away. Took some cuttings. Only 1 cutting really survived outside. I planted them outside. And I've brought it back in. Here's some more 4. Again, you can see they're blooming. There we go. Of the cayenne. So they're putting on their fruit and their flowers, and they're growing huge indoors. They were just tiny wee plants outside. One of them had a lot of flowers, and I did get a lot off it, but again, in its second bloom or second flush here, doing well. So that's what's going on so far. And not much to show here, but I have planted a gourmet blend of leaf lettuce, which I'll pot up. I've just seeded these 2 days ago, I think. And a romaine. I'll see how the romaine, the leaf lettuce does really well inside. I've never really grown romaine inside, but I'm going to give it a try. Basil coming on. And that's just another basil. I can't live without these yellow strips, I'll tell you, for the gnats. Here's some of the peppers I'm drying, by the way. Various stages. So that's nice to have. Okay, winter coat on. As I said, it's freezing outside. Actually, this little piece of equipment always in the house because Bruce is always doing something. So I'm not going to probably film out here. I'll just show you. We're going through my messy garage. Just going to show you what's out there, I guess. By the way, Bruce found these at the dump and rescued them. Now they're not, the top isn't great wood, so he's going to, the base is wood. So we're not ruining anything, but we'll paint them up. Not me. He'll paint them up and put them out on the patio, I think, the veranda. He's still sawing wood. In fact, upstairs is his project today. I don't know what he's at, but he just had me helping him. Here's 2 carrot buckets that I've brought in from outside. I like this now. I've only been doing it for a few years. And I'll harvest when needed, when and as needed. And go outside. What's it like? Sun is still shining. But it's chilly. So, you've seen this before. There's not much left. But I'm going to head down this way. And I still haven't done much with my beds. Don't think I'm going to. Here we are. I'm just going to harvest from these 2 beds what I can. There's the kale. I noticed these little artichokes. There might be enough inside. They should come out too. And there's one down there, so maybe those. And yeah, not much. The parsley's still hanging on. That's kind of amazing me. I'd cut that right off, but he's doing well. And I found a leek hiding in here. There he is. I'll pull that and get on with that and show you inside. When this is your miner's lettuce, lamb's lettuce, I'll get some of that too. And here's what I have picked today. So there's the lacinato kale, the curly kale. I really enjoy the flavor of that. Here's the lamb's lettuce. Has to be cleaned, it's very dirty. There's some of the cayenne peppers. A few leeks. I just took off one of the Brussels sprout tops. Looking gorgeous. We don't get the bugs that some people get, the black flies or whatever. Just got some rosemary to trim that down. Got the globe artichokes, the small little ones. I will cut out and see and make a dish with that, I think, tonight. From the hearts and that. Took some time. It's still looking great out there. Took in some parsley. I always need it. And that's it. Not bad for this time of year. And just a wee bit on what Bruce has been up to. He's put the crown molding. He's finished off. He had done most of it, but there was still a large portion that needed to be completed. Indoor jobs he saves for when the winter's cold. Anyways, all completed and it's looking great. So he's pleased with that, as am I. And today he seems to be at the continuing to finish the bed frame that he started last season. Here's a view of what it will look like to match what's in the other room. Anyway, hope you all have a wonderful week. Take care.